The familiar ring of tuneless bells announced Jackie's presence as she walked through the wooden door. The tang of fresh coffee assaulted her nose as a squeal attacked her ears.
Ew! Jackie, you're late.
Her gaze shifted over to the brunette calling her name and waving excitedly at her. Jackie raised her eyebrows and gave a smirk. She strode up to the counter, a tall, curvy girl looking at her expectantly.
Jax, why do you come to the counter if I know what you're gonna order?
Maybe I want something different this time.
I know you. You don't.
You're right, I don't.
God damn it, Jax.
Laughing, Jackie gave a wink to Lauren as she set to work on a nice mocha. Jackie made her way over to Erin, who was already sitting at their usual table.
You're normally right on time. What happened?
Erin, nosy as ever. Jackie rolled her eyes kindly at her.
Oh, I just got into a fight.
What?
Jackie slid into the chair at the table.
Yeah, with a bear. It was crazy. Got him good in the snout, though.
Oh my god, Jackie! You're actually so rude to me.
Erin threw a napkin at Jackie, who stuck her tongue out playfully. Jackie slowly slid Erin's coffee to her side of the table. Erin gave her a look. Jackie grinned as she took a small sip, then made a face.
Ugh.
Black coffee. Both girls giggled.
I was actually just late waking up, if you have to know.
Jackie returned Erin's drink.
Up late.
Why?
Don't you sometimes find it hard to sleep?
Erin pursed her full lips in thought.
Not really. I love me some sleep. I'll sleep 12 hours sometimes.
You're crazy. I could never sleep so long in one day.
Jackie's thoughts were robbed by memories of reoccurring nightmares. Her eyebrows furrowed slightly as she tried to shake them away.
So, were you up late working on...
The tuneless bells rang again as the door creaked inward and Lauren yelled a greeting. The two girls turned to look. A thin, nearly emaciated-looking, lanky man came into the cafe, his tanned fingers raking through his dark hair. He shifted from foot to foot as he looked at the menu, black strands falling into his eyes every time he moved his head. Jackie furrowed her brow further. As if Erin read her thoughts, she leaned toward Jackie's ear to whisper.
Why doesn't he just get a haircut?
Jackie shrugged.
You seen him before?
Nope.
Jackie turned around in her chair and set her elbows on the table. She raised her eyebrows at Erin.
Don't stare. Rude.
Erin ducked her head, squeezing her eyes shut.
I'm sorry, I'm just curious.
Nosy.
Jacqueline!
Oh, using my full name now. Are you that flustered?
Jackie gave a grin. Erin slapped her forearm firmly.
Ow! Erin, what was that for?
A present for the birthday brat.
Oh, right, that's coming up soon.
Jackie ran her pale fingers over the growing mark of red on her arm. She gave a smile as she noticed Erin peering over at the counter.
I didn't think you were into that type, Rin.
Erin scrunched her nose.
Ugh, I'm not. I just feel like I've seen him before.
Oh?
Jackie couldn't help but turn around now. He was sitting on the far side of the cafe, looking out the window to the street. Like clockwork, every minute or so, he would bring his hand to his too long hair and brush it back. It never seemed to stay put for long. Erin was right. Something about him was familiar. Did they know him from college? Jackie couldn't place it exactly. Lauren appearing in front of her interrupted her train of thought.
Ice mocha for you, Jax.
Thanks, Al.
Anything else?
Ooh, can I have a croissant?
I'll have a bagel.
Croissant for Erin, bagel for Jax. Be right back.
As Jackie watched Lauren go, Erin tapped her shoulder.
Doesn't he look like someone?
Jackie tilted her head as she peered at him.
Huh. Yeah, he does.
Nathan lazily looked out of the cafe window, his fingers drumming on the table as he waited. The cafe was far too noisy for his taste, the flutters of conversation dancing irritatingly in one ear and out the other. Nathan looked about and groaned under his breath.
How can so little of you make so much damn noise?
He pushed his long hair back and turned his head toward the window again. Nathan thought a little bit of bustle would make him feel better, to distract him from his tendency to self-isolate, but it only made him far more frustrated. He heard the lilt of giggles, and he peered across the room, spotting two girls looking his direction from their own table. The brunette ducked her head. Expected. People usually did that when he looked at them. The blonde was less reactive and kept a level gaze with him for a moment before turning away.
Huh. Different.
Nathan put his chin in his palm as he went through his mental checklist.
Go outside, yep. Get coffee, check. And after, go home, sit in my room, get to writing until I pass out. God, I can't wait.
The tall server approached his table, her neon blue braid swishing side to side, coffee in hand.
Here, latte for you. Anything else?
No thanks.
All right. Let me know if you change your mind.
Yep.
Nathan took a sip of his coffee, a little dark for his taste. He heaved a sigh again.
What am I even doing? Oh God, what a waste of time.
Hey,
Nathan turned around, face to face with the blonde girl.
Yeah?
you new
Huh?
to Silk Brews?
Yeah.
People watching was about as social as Nathan ever got. His fingers found their way back to his dark hair as he looked into the blonde's gray eyes. He turned his head and sipped on his drink.
What made you come in?
Nathan's lips parted in confusion. What the hell kind of question was that?
It was morning. I was thirsty. Don't people normally drink coffee in the mornings?
He grimaced. He knew he was acting like an ass, but the stress of everything else was eating at him.
Well, sounds like it isn't working very well, Mr. Surly.
Nathan's head snapped up in surprise. A mischievous grin met his eyes.
What? Never met someone who's witty before?
You think you're witty?
Ho ho! So he does make jokes.
The girl smiled, more kindly this time. A pretty smile. He shook the thought.
Yeah. Sometimes.
The girl sat across from him. He stared in surprise. Was it normal that strangers just sat with other strangers at a coffee shop?
Good lord, it's like you've seen a ghost.
She tilted her head as she studied him. Nathan felt exposed and uncomfortable. He turned his body toward the window and went back to sipping on his coffee. He wasn't even tasting it anymore.
You're, not very talkative, are you?
No. Guess not.
Why's that? Cat got your tongue?
Nathan shifted his eyes to look at her.
It's a joke. This is the part where you laugh.
He gave a half-hearted chuckle, his confusion thick in his tone. The girl burst into giggles.
Well, don't do it if laughing hurts. Damn.
It doesn't. I just don't do it often.
Well, that's unfortunate. Try it more sometime.
The blonde got up.
Well, I'm Jacqueline. Was nice chatting with you, however one-sided it was. You probably want to be alone, yeah? Next time, you can come up to my table and say hi.
Before Nathan could speak, Jacqueline turned away, calling to the brunette she was with earlier. He watched them go.
Jacqueline, huh?
He swirled the last remnants of his coffee in the cup.
Huh. She seems familiar.